Hello, it's Helen from Authentic Awareness of You with this week's tarot card reading for the week of September 14th to the 20th. And this week I'm using the Witch's Tarot. So let's see what the theme or the energy is surrounding us for this week. So we start the week off with the Fool. Okay. So, as you know, the Fool is a major arcana card. So it is the beginning. So the Fool is often he's quite carefree, quite independent. He likes to take a risk. But the main thing is he's ready for something new, and he's ready for a new adventure, something new to come in. Now, this is kind of the moment just before something is actually going to happen. It might be the moment before you actually decide to actually do something. So he's kind of standing very close to the end of that cliff there. So he's getting very close to either jump off or perhaps walk away and go somewhere else. So this is kind of that moment, sort of in between something new kind of happening, like you could perhaps even be able to maybe feel it. You may even know what it is, but it hasn't actually come forward yet. So there's certainly new beginnings around you here. So we're in that moment of just before we're actually going to do something, or before something actually takes off for us. So his little dog's going in one direction, and he's kind of looking up in the air, and his feet are firmly on the ground. So kind of when I look at that, anything is possible. Anything could certainly happen for you. So it is a major theme as we start off with the beginning of the week. So the Fool is the beginning of something new. We've come back to the beginning of a cycle. We're in that moment of taking that leap of faith and kind of just going for it. But it's that moment just before where you decide to really connect and go with it. So let's see what the middle card is for the Wednesday and Thursday. And here we have the Three of Wands. So this, the three is certainly there again. There again, we've come to the end of a cliff. So this is really letting us know that we do want something more. We are ready for something more. We want to go further than perhaps where we've gone now. So, and I guess because, both of these men have come to an end of a cliff, it's kind of like, perhaps you look further ahead, dream bigger for yourself, okay? Because you've gone as far as you could possibly go in this situation or in some area of your life, because you are ready for more, you do want more. So, and as you can see, they're both looking outward. They're both looking out to the future and way out to the horizon there. So those kind of cards are actually quite similar. So, and we are having a solar eclipse today, and that usually is that big push of energy forward. So this kind of falls in nicely to that eclipse that's kind of happening. We want more, but we're looking to the future, and the energy certainly may now be able to take us there. So I guess look towards the future, be future bound kind of thing, because you're certainly ready to move forward with things, particularly with the Three of Wands there. You're ready to look at bigger and broader horizons there, because you've been working hard and putting a lot of energy into creative ideas or your thoughts. Because I'm saying that because of the white flowers on the rods there. They're quite, they're quite big, and there's a lot of them there. So it's time for you to branch out, I would say. And some of you may want to take a risk, because the Fool is very much, it may be time for you to kind of take that risk. But you do have that a few moments to kind of think about it with the Fool. You do have that Monday and Tuesday to think about where it is you want to go and what it is that you perhaps want to do. So we might see what's happening for us at the end of the week. And then we have the World card. Now that's another image. Now that's actually really interesting, because that's the end. The World card represents the end. So that's like a whole cycle wrapped up in one. We go from the beginning, which is the Fool, to the World card, which is like the very end. That's a completion of something. So this could certainly be a big week for us, because we do have two major arcana cards there. So I would say if you do have any opportunities that come your way, certainly look at them, because you certainly may be presented with some of them, particularly with the Three of Wands there. Because when I look at him, he's really ready for something new and something more. Like he's more than ready. Like he's jumped off that cliff when I look at him, and he's swimming across that ocean to get to the other side because he needs it kind of now. And then when we come to the World, that is the story of feeling complete within yourself. You've learned many lessons along the way. You have wrapped many things up during these lessons, and you kind of do feel as if you've kind of feel complete, or you've kind of come home, but to a more perhaps truer self. The World is certainly it certainly is a new energy coming in. You're ending something, and something new is coming in. But mainly, I think when I look at that, it is a sense of feeling complete and feeling whole. There is, and feeling kind of quite like you have learned your lessons, you've understood them, you are definitely ready for the next stage, the next cycle. So there is a sense of really kind of wrapping something up, but feeling quite complete. And the World, particularly with that, very natural, earthy green face right in the middle of that, there is a sense of perhaps even contentment and feeling quite settled with things too. So now that is coming towards the end of the week, and we know Saturn is moving into Sagittarius on the 17th. So we've wrapped up that Scorpio cycle. So we're moving into a lighter, fiery place with Saturn, and so we've really wrapped up something big. So really pay attention to what's happening for us this week, because I think we're really ready to move on now. The energy in these cards are saying, we have learned our lessons. We're perhaps ready for a new story to actually come in for us now. So major week again this week with the two major arcana cards, but we have the Fool, which is the very beginning, and we end on the World. So some of you may be wrapping up some big projects. You might be ending things and starting new things. I really encourage you to sort of push yourself a little bit forward, particularly with the Three of Wands there. There is a sense of being carefree through Monday through to Thursday, and when you come to the weekend, you may actually start to feel quite settled. And you may just start to feel, you may also start to feel a little bit more comfortable, is probably the best word, I think. He looks quite comfortable where he's sitting in the middle of everything there, the World card. That feels quite positive overall. It feels quite high energy, so you certainly may feel kind of high energy. Be quite creative, because it feels very creative as well, particularly with the Fool and the Three of Wands. So I would just pay attention to this week if any opportunities kind of come your way, and I would certainly, start to dream big. Start having a plan and having a goal, because you certainly are ready for it this week. So just going to see if I get anything else from these cards before we wrap this up. Sometimes the Fool can be a little bit too carefree, and he can be a little bit naive when he jumps off that cliff. I would use that energy of being creative and wanting something new to come into your life. So have that flair or that feeling of freedom and feeling liberated from something, because it certainly could wrap up or shift big time for you. So endings and beginnings coming your way, and you are definitely ready for it, particularly with the Three of Wands in the middle there. So I might leave that there now. I hope that was helpful. I hope you do have a wonderful week, because it is a big week this week. There's lots of things happening this week. So it is a major week, so hold on. But, enjoy it if you can. So we might leave that there now, and I shall talk to you next week, of course. And if you are seeking a reading from me, please hover on the book me button, or you can send me an email or send me a private message on my Facebook page. So thank you so much for watching, and your likes and your comments, and we shall catch you next week.